this is around last year, where we could afford to quit our job. I was like, quit your job. He just stayed home. Dive into that feminine. Let's try to have a child. And, Labor Day, Loki's taken care of. Loki get all the way on your place. All the way on your place. Yeah, he tries to hang off his place. He's like, I'm ready to get out of here, Dad. But then the tables turned, right? She was forking up the bill, 80% of our living expenses, and I was contributing 20%. And then over time it went to 50-50. And then over time it went to 80% me, 20% her, and now it's 100% me, 0% her. I don't want her to have to worry about it. She buys all the groceries. She makes our house a home. Makes everything is good. Everything's organized. I handle all the finances of the family. But chat, let me know. Would you put a one in the chat? Would you like to have a dynamic like that where you provide everything?
Test, 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 test. Good. What's going on out there, y'all? No. Movie? Uh, ugh. Alexander Lee, what up? Lauren, what's up? Alexander, stop spamming the chat, bro. I'm all right, Ryan. I'm okay. Hyped up on Robitussin. Will Haram, what up? What? Because I'm reading the chat. I could ignore you, and then you guys come in the chat, and you're like, he never listens. Either one or the other, bro. Woo! I forgot. I'm still sick, man. I gotta take it easy. Woo! I'm out of shape. Well, really, I'm not out of shape. It's just I'm just beat down. Still getting over this still getting over this flu. But I don't know, man. I just gotta play. You know, my wife, she's upstairs sleeping. Like it's loud in here, and if you go outside, it's loud. But in the house, it's pretty quiet. This place is really well padded, so in the house, it's pretty quiet. So our bedroom is right upstairs, and it's really quiet. But I know she's gonna wake up and be like, "Why are you playing drums? You should be relaxing. You can't rest. You can't leave those drums alone." Wesley, what up? Wow, even that took a lot out of me. Oof. Oh, thank you, thank you. Saw me on Reddit? Yeah. Wesley, what's what did I say? Reread, what's up? Thank you. You know what, man? It's just a regular, it's a Pearl export. Um, a lot of snare sound. It's a Pearl export with the stock reso head on the bottom. I didn't change the snares. But the top is an Evans. All my snares, I use Evans, the HD Generas, the one with the little pinholes in them. So I got one here. I got one here, and I got a 13. This is 14 by 6. This is 14 by 4.5, and that one is 13 by 4. The one over there. I don't feel like getting it, but I have another one. It's a pearl brass snare. They all have the Evans HD Genera heads. You know, I love them because they don't have like a horrible ring, but they give you good tone. I got two pieces of what's the name of that stuff? Moon gel. The trick with snares, getting snares to sound good, is really finding when you EQ a snare, find the tone. That's it. Find the pitch and find the tone and give it a slight bump. You know, it's really not in the snare, it's in how it's EQ'd. That's the trick. Everybody's like, well, I got such and such snare. I got such and such. And then they're like, how come my snare sounds like trash? And then they're like, man, this guy he has a good snare. And they expect me to come up with, oh, I have a blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't even pay for the snare. Somebody gave it to me. But it's all in the EQing, man. It's all in the how you mix it down, how it's EQ'd, you know. And if you want that crack, if you want that tone, then you kind of accentuate that in the mix. You find that frequency and give it a slight bump. Now this one, of course, is detuned, but I went I went to a spot and got like some Louis V slippers, and in the box, well, they were like the slides, you know, but in the box they put them in like a bag, and I had the bag and it was just like sitting around, so I just detuned it and stuck that I cut the bag in half and stuck it on there, and it sounds great. I did the same thing with that other 13-inch brass pearl snare. Took like a bandana, tuned it right, and before I stuck put the head on there, put the hoop on there, put the head on there, put the bandana on there, and tighten the hoop tighten the bandana on top of the head, and just as you're going along, you pull it so it stays tight. You know what I mean? And it gives a nice tone. So, you know. And I got a cheap Radio Shack mic on it. And it still sounds good. Yeah, I forgot. Somebody else asked about the stacks. This is a a Sabian, 18-inch, an old Sabian 18-inch that I had. It cracked. It was 18-inch crash, It cracked, so I got out my Dremel and just cut it. Drilled holes in it to kind of give it, to make it a little lighter sounding. And then this top shiny one is an old 16-inch Zildjian A crash that I just cut. I got the Dremel out, cut it, and just stacked it together. Um, and this is a Krut cymbal, Krut. It's a British company. They used to make cymbals back in the day, but the company folded in like 1974 because they just their cymbals suck, basically. Um, and I found one years ago. I found a 21-inch Krut ride. I found one in I want to say 2010. Um, and that thing didn't. It sounded good, but it was really really brittle. They're extra brittle. But the outer part is the leftovers of the Sabian cymbal. So what I did was, and then you guys can't see it, but under there's a little. It's probably like a 5-inch or 5 or 6 inch um, first act. One of those little kid kits. They come with the cymbals. Well, matter of fact, I moved all my cymbals over there, but I actually have another one over there. The little first act cymbals. So what I did was I drilled holes and stuck bolts and rivets in it. So now it has a nice swishy sound. It's got almost like a hiss sound. I like it. This is a Zildjian A, 18-inch Zildjian A. 22-inch, 22-inch K Constantinople. 22 medium thin low. This is a Starian China cymbal. I stuck it in the oven, turned it up to 400, and then brought it outside, threw some dirt on it, stepped on it, took a hammer, beat it up, and now it sounds exactly the way I want it. This is a 16-inch Zildjian fast crash. The hats, I have two pairs of 13-inch. I've got 13-inch A hats, and I've got 13-inch K custom dark. So the top of the A hat is actually the bottom hat, the bottom cymbal of the A hats I use as the top. Now the top of the K custom dark hats is on the bottom. So I keep the bottom on the top of one set of cymbals and the top on the bottom of another set of cymbals. So, it gives me just enough kind of dryness, but it you can actually hear that. Because the thing about the K darks is when you're doing stuff like this, you can't even really hear it. It's hard to hear it. It's hard for mic, unless you got it mic'd up. It's hard to hear it, and I don't want to have to use so many mics for it. But it's still bright enough. The bottom hi-hat gives it enough where you can go. You know what I mean? It gives it enough cut and enough cleanness. It just cuts through everything. So, but yeah. Sheldon, yeah, bro. Well, you're gonna try it on one of your snares? Yeah, bro. Get a bandana. What I did was I got a hold on, man. Let me go get this snare. But yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Try it, man. Sheldon. The reason why I did that is because I just got, man, I got tired of putting a bunch of tape on it, or like I've seen guys put a wallet on there, or man, I ain't got time for all that, bro. I just took a bandana, just burp. It works with a bandana, like like you can get any kind of thin cotton fabric and just put it over there, man, and put it over the head. You put the head on, put the bandana over the head, put the hoop on, and as you're cross tuning, you pull it, like tune it, pull it on the other side, tune it, you know what I mean? So it's at the tone that you want. And then if you don't want all that excess cloth hanging off, I got a razor, just cut it all around, and boom, it sounds great, you know? I'm still not used to that. I just started, you know, I was like, I can do this. I can do this. Instead of going, why don't I just alternate? Because I try to do things that force me to alternate, like, you know, you know, I try to do things that force me to alternate. I don't like the only, so I don't like to keep doing things right-handed or keep doing things left-handed. I try to, I'm left-handed, but I play on a right-handed kit, and you're, although my left hand is naturally stronger, it can get weaker. It can, like, I spent years trying to get my right hand as strong as my left hand to the point where my right hand has way better technique. It's got better technique and better control. But my left hand is just faster. It's so much faster. What kind, dude? What kind of Oh, there's also there's it. It depends on how you EQ it. Number one. Number two, I'll show you something. Oh, you can see it. I have a sub kick. And I didn't buy that. I made it. You know, you just get a 6-inch speaker. If you got an old 8-inch tom laying around, the speaker with the housing fits, it's perfect. I mean, because I've tried it with other ones. I've made other sub kicks. But it fits perfect. It fits it like the lugs. It fits perfect on an 8-inch tom, an old 8-inch, like an 8-inch tom. So I just stuck an XLR, one end of an XLR cable, wired it to the speaker, and then drilled a hole in the tom, ran it through there, got an old tom mount, stuck it on there, got one of those little desktop microphone things, and the little short ones, stuck it on there, ran it through the tom mount, and I tried to make it look presentable. I put like an old first act tom head on it. That I stuck it on there, and then I try to make it look nice. But what I did was instead of spending two channels, having like the bass drum mic that's in the drum, have it like oh, that's one channel, and then the sub kick, my homemade sub kick, is another channel. What I did was I got a mic splitter, and what it does for the input, it's one input, but both of them are on the same channel. So it splits the channel. It's getting sound from the mic inside the drum as well as the sub kick. Now the kicker is, in order to control it, I wired a volume knob on it so I can blend the both together. So it kind of, because you got the same kit, bro. Like they 16-inch kick drums have no punch. They've got zero punch. So I had to kind of find a way to accommodate for that. So, but yeah, man, bro, find an old speaker, an old 6-inch speaker, and get an 8-inch tom. If you got an old XLR cable, wire that jug up. Yeah, I cut the hole in it. I cut a hole in the bass drum head. I mean, it's got a plastic. When you get a kick port, it's got like a plastic thing, like it actually sticks on the head. And then once you stick it on the head, and you take a little razor knife or a pen knife, just cut around it. Boom. Once you cut around, it's good. Now you got to be careful, cause in installing that kick port, I literally, like, them bass drum heads, like as thin as the head is, like the cut is woof, woof. I got a bad cut right here. What? AP, what's up, bro? I'm feeling all right, man. I'm hyped up on not Benadryl, Robitussin. Hyped up on Robitussin, so let's see how long this lasts. Oh, Sheldon. Also, if you're gonna put a mic in the bass drum, point the mic directly at the beater. Because what you're gonna get, if you point it directly at the beater, it gets that smack. It gets the smack of the beater, and it'll get the boom of the sub kick. But even if you don't have that, stick the mic in the head. Stick the mic in the head, and a lot of guys stick the mic in the head and point it at the beater. A lot of guys will either, if they don't cut a hole in their bass drum, what they'll do is they'll put a sub kick on the front, and they'll put like an SM57 or something like that, and back here, and point it directly at the beater, so it gets the smack and it gets the boom. You know what I mean? So I used to do that, but I got tired of kicking the mic over, so I just said I didn't want to cut a hole in the bass drum head, but I finally was like, man, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Plus, I needed the SM57 for my snare. So also, don't put it on the felt side of the beater. If you want punch, put it on, because usually there's a felt side and the rubber side. Put it on the rubber side. Because, you know what I mean? Like a little bass drum, you need as much smack as possible. Yo, here's a good exercise to help you with your feel. On the beat, ahead of the beat. Behind the beat. On the beat. Ahead of the beat. Behind the beat. On the beat. Ahead of the beat. That's a really good exercise, you know, and it's really good for your time feel. It's just good in general for your time feel, for just your general feel, for it helps you to gain control of, it helps you to be aware. You know, if somebody says, I want you to play behind the beat, all right, I need it really tight on the beat. All right, I need it ahead of the beat. You know, so, or, ooh, that took a lot out of me. Oof. I feel like this Robitussin is like crashing. Oh, so you know, bro. You know that behind the beat stuff. There's a dude in Philly, Wes. I can't remember his name. I know his first name is Wes. He's a pianist. Dude is nasty. I got like, I only heard one album from him. Um, Dude is nasty, man. Trying to think of his name, man. Can't remember. He's unknown. I can't remember his name. Wes. Um, what's up? What's up, bro? I'm on stream. What's up? Huh? Yeah, it's clean. Can you do me a favor, bro? Can you put it up? So I could. Don't worry about loading it. I'll put it up. I'll load it. Just put the dishes up. Thank you, my brother. Um, yeah, man. Another dude that's dope too. Black Surfer, Lawrence. Lawrence Farmer. You gotta know who Black Surfer is. Um, of course, what's his name? Spank. Spank is dope. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on in Philly, man. I got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm from Jersey, bro. I'm from Jersey. I live here in Metro ATL, but I'm from Jersey, man. I got a lot of family in Camden. Yeah, Camden. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm familiar with Philly. You know, quite familiar with Philly. I got some family in Philly too. North Philly. song called Curly Martin. Um, that's actually the whole Ronald Bruner. Ronald Bruner is actually playing on that song. Anthony Bohannon, what is popping, my brother? What? This is no. Mike Portnoy. Ooh. Ugh. Parasomnia. Their new album. Yeah, I gotta get that album. Oof. Zoom multi-track recorder. I really, I really want to look at a Zoom. I really want to. Eey. Yeah, let me look at this, man. Because you can actually stream with it. And I want to be able to stream, like, I want to be able to go and, like, go on not Instagram, go on YouTube Live. And with the setup I have now, it doesn't really work. But I know with Zoom, you can, like, it's great, bro. Like, it's really, really good. The Zooms. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I like that, man. I liked it. Mateo Florio, what up? Yeah. He said sweat that cold away. Mosaic, yeah, Jersey, baby. That's where I'm from. Dirty Jersey. I'm from the shore area, man. Um, I'm from probably don't know Long Branch, but it's basically a sleepy resort town. Um, and then I moved to Belmar, and then I moved to Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn for like, man, I moved to Brooklyn just to play music. I lived there for like maybe 11 years, and then I moved down here, met my wife, and we kind of planned on going back up north. We were gonna like live in like Harlem, or not gentrify Brooklyn because it's too expensive. We're gonna move to Harlem. Harlem's nice, but we started having kids and all of that. Hold on, something's going on with this Mac Mini. Oh, there it is. There we go. I got it. You know what? Yeah. I don't know. It's an M1 Mac Mini. I got like a bunch of Macs. I got a Mac there. I got a Mac Pro there. I got an iMac there. I got a MacBook Pro there. So. Ooh, this dude's a mean bass player. Ooh, this dude's a mean bass player. Mom, what up? Hello, Mom. He said nap time in Germany. ah, gentrification, yes. Yes. Well, it depends on where you live in Brooklyn. It depends on where you live. A lot of Brooklyn is nice. A lot of it is a zoo. But yeah, Queens, yeah, Queens is nice, man. I don't even care about gentrification. Man, I don't care about that. Well, I do because it drives the price of everything up. So I don't know. I have a funny view on that. Well, it's not funny. It's just the realistic view. Oh, that's an Ibanez. That's nice. Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't look so bad on gentrification. Um, I'm like, cause it's not. It's like if you can afford it, you can say you can live there. Like whatever, whatever. You know. Um, if it's about bettering the community, if people can't afford it, I don't know, man. I just have a different view on things, man. You know, I've never like seen anything like, oh, I can't get any money or nobody's hiring. Man, I get money anywhere, bro. I get money. I'll figure out a way to get money, bro. You know. So I think what happens is a lot of people's, and this isn't a race thing. This is just people. Just people. They either don't want to. Granted, there are cases where people just don't have opportunity, or you come from just a bad neighborhood. Like I know people, their mamas and daddies was drug addicts and all of that stuff. But those are the same people I know who just like are millionaires now. Like they just was like, I refuse you know, to be broke. Like I know how it is. And usually that's what happens. Usually people who come from poor families, they get jobs where they're making like six figures or you know what I mean? They're ultra driven. Because they know how it is to be broke, you know. Um a lot of your job choices are really dependent on your upbringing. If you had a bunch of money, you could afford to be an artist and be like, oh, whatever. If you were broke, you're like, man, I don't ever want to be poor, you know. So, I don't know. Like I said, I have a really interesting, like, just matter of fact view on things, you know. I've never, I've never been in a situation where it's like I couldn't get money. Like, if need be, I'll go out and collect garbage cans. I'll collect aluminum cans and go recycle them or something. Like, I'll figure out a way to make money. I'll go cut people's grass or like something, just something, So it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just the way I was raised. We weren't poor. We were very comfortable, as a matter of fact, but we were just taught a really strong work ethic, you know. So I don't know. Really, my work ethic is part of why I play the way I play, bro. I made a decision like 7 months ago. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna just dedicate myself to really getting my chops up. So I started doing 2 days, sometimes 3 days. In the morning, I get up at 4:30. Well, I get up at 4 o'clock. By 4:30, I'm down here on that practice pad kit. I usually play on that. I'll put in like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours on the practice pad kit. I'll stream it to hold myself accountable because people are going to want to come back. They're going to be like, okay, Mark, when the next time you going to be on stream? Oh, I'm going to be on streams at such and such and such time. And I got to be a man of my word. So I have to be on. It forces you to be, it's an accountability thing. Which reminds me, I got to call this guy because I'm holding him accountable. I'll call him right as soon as I get off stream. It's 6:30, yeah. Sorry. I got a bunch of alarms on my phone. I try to keep myself on some kind of schedule. So I have like 4:30, 4, 4:35, 5:36, 6:30, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at night. 12 in the afternoon. 1, 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30, 4, 5, 6, 6:30, which that was the 6:30 alarm. Then I have a 7 o'clock alarm and an 8 o'clock alarm. I do that to keep myself on schedule. You know, time management. I hate when I play something and I forget it. All right, guys. I gotta rest. I'll be back on. It's still early. Plus, I gotta call my boy, hold him accountable.